Welcome everyone. We're thrilled to have you join us today for a couple of reasons. First, we're now at 1255 East Highland Avenue, Suite 214 in San Bernardino. We're local and here for all your real estate needs, residential and commercial. Connect with us on social media to stay updated on events and gatherings at our new office. Secondly, we're glad to bring back our Homebuyer Webinars, where we aim to equip you with the essential knowledge for making homeownership a reality. We're here to be a resource, answer your questions, and provide guidance. If there's anything we don't address today, reach out and we'll make it a priority. Buying a home is a significant decision, and our mission is twofold. First, to show you that homeownership is achievable. Second, to guide you throughout the journey. We want to streamline the process and make it as stress-free as possible for you. Let's get started.
CGX, one of our core missions is to help renters become homeowners. Here's our agenda for today. Housekeeping guidelines in order to ensure a smooth session. About us. Learn about the CGX team, your partners on this journey. Real estate market update. A closer look at the real estate landscape with a focus on San Bernardino. There's lots of questions out there and we hope to clear some things up. Buyer's Roadmap to Homeownership, the core of the presentation. We highlight the key milestones on your path to owning a home. Rent versus own calculator demonstration. A quick overview of this great resource you can use anytime to determine how much home you can afford based on your current rent and budget. Resources. We introduce our 3 preferred lenders and some down payment resources. And we close the session with actionable next steps. Before we dive in, let's ensure we make the most of our time together. Please keep your microphone on mute, use the chat box for questions, and actively participate in activities. And consider taking notes for your benefit. Now I'd like to formally introduce my mentor, Robert Carrillo, the president and broker of Carrillo Group CNY, CGX for short. He brings over 25 years of real estate experience. He has a progressive perspective on real estate and community development, and he brings corporate America expertise to the community, making the American dream accessible to all. Please welcome Robert Carrillo.
Thank you, Yvette, and hello again, everyone. I'll keep it short. I'm originally from New York City, born and raised in Washington Heights, and spent most of my adult life after college in the Bronx. I am Afro-Latino, I go by him or he, I'm 46, and I am proud of my diverse upbringing. I'm passionate about real estate, community development, and youth empowerment. At 21, I purchased my first home in the Bronx with the help of an FHA loan, which we'll talk about later, and some other down payment assistance programs, and with the help of my sister's income, and we'll talk about familial support later on too. That triplex in a very bad neighborhood in the South Bronx served as a starting point, generating monthly cash flow and later funding various personal projects. Over the past 25 years, I've been deeply involved in real estate, primarily on the commercial side, from large-scale affordable housing projects to small-scale fix and flips. My personal mission has been about creating opportunities for home ownership. Today, I still help renters become homeowners. I help homeowners level up to commercial real estate, and I support small businesses in doing the same thing. Aside from real estate, I'm passionate about youth advocacy. I'm a former special education teacher and former director of 2 youth development programs. I'm also an executive producer of a documentary based on girls wrestling in the South Bronx. I firmly believe that education is freedom and that real estate is freedom. With that, I'll pass it back to Yvette so you can learn more about her. In a couple of years she's been in the business, Yvette has already made an impact on the lives of friends and family, helping folks realize their dream of home ownership. It's pretty cool to witness. My protege, Yvette.
Again, and thank you, Robert. I'm a native Californian born in Long Beach. My family made our way from LA to OC to the Inland Empire during the economic recession of the 90s. We came to the IE for the same reasons most move east, a lower cost of living and the opportunity to own a home. Housing costs in LA and OC increased rapidly during that time, leading many residents to move, and we're seeing similar challenges emerge in the IE today, potentially forcing residents to move even further east. I'm a community advocate, a mother, and I've proudly been a nurse since 2008. While my move into real estate might have been unexpected, the essence of both fields remains the same, caring for others and fostering their well-being. Whether it's in a hospital room, a clinic, or negotiating a home sale, empathy, collaboration, and teamwork are essential. Nurses advocate for their patients just as real estate agents advocate for their clients and communities. And my two roles are united by a shared mission to uplift the health and happiness of individuals and communities alike. And above all, both roles thrive on making a positive impact in people's lives.
I proudly represent San Bernardino. Yvette proudly represents the IE, and we care about our communities. To that, we started a young adult internship program. Our fourth cohort now includes 2 high school students, 3 college students, and a young adult. And we also sponsor Lucha Vida, a nonprofit youth development program I started over 11 years ago in New York City. Check out WrestleLife.org for more info on that. Why do we do what we do? Simply because we believe. We believe in the power of home ownership, in the power of real estate, and the power of young people. We also firmly believe that the key for our people is about access, and we want to help open doors, figuratively and literally. Bottom line, we love our community, and through our initiatives, we aim to make a lasting difference. The real estate market in a nutshell in 2024, especially in California, especially in the IE, and especially here in San Bernardino, will continue to be good, which means that values will continue to increase. First, though, you must understand that real estate is local. That means that the headlines you read or the news you hear about real estate in general may not be how real estate behaves in your particular market. Generally, for San Bernardino City specifically, if the national real estate news is good, I'd expect local real estate news to be good. If national real estate news is bad, on the other hand, I'd still expect real estate news here in San Bernardino to be good. And depending on what's causing the national issues, it could be a lot better here. That's how I feel about San Bernardino. It's in a good spot.
San Bernardino is set up for value appreciation. The low starting values, the infrastructure, which is improving, the highways, the commercial airport, the available land, the only thing you can't build more of, and its proximity to everything makes San Bernardino a value appreciating city and destination. If you look at what the cities around San Bernardino are doing, how they're improving their infrastructure, how they're developing creative mixed-use projects, how they're building affordable and market rate housing, creating more jobs, all of that, if nothing else happens in San Bernardino, it will force people to move towards San Bernardino, which will only put more downward pressure on inventory, which means an increase in value. So if you don't own your home or your business property, you will face rapidly rising rents. People will be displaced. People are already being displaced. So are businesses. The way to not be displaced is to own.
Look, San Bernardino has a lot of what people want. We have the mountains. We have Yamava, a Vegas-worthy casino next door in Highlands. We have multiple new hotels on Hospitality Avenue. The Fed has approved funding for the speed rail connecting Rancho to the high desert to Vegas. Trust me, folks, now is the time to get in San Bernardino. Look, there's definitely a lot wrong with and in San Bernardino. We go to the city council meetings, we know. And you should expect those negative things to be highlighted and magnified because it'll scare people to not invest here, to not buy here, to not take advantage of the equity that is being added right now. Meanwhile, values keep going up, right? So something doesn't add up with that messaging. Everyone who says don't buy in San Bernardino, I'd ask them if they own. And I believe chances are they do. And chances are they're not selling. What we need in San Bernardino to ensure we all rise together, and it'll take some real social and community-minded developers, is mixed income, mixed use, non-market rate housing to be developed. Ultimately, though, what really needs to happen is folks need to own.
Yes. Lastly, the Inland Empire in general is the place to be. Ontario, Redlands, Rancho, Eastvale, Moreno Valley, the High Desert, Palm Springs, all of the places in the IE. No one can say that they aren't happening. San Bernardino is one of the last, if not the last, affordable urban options. It is buy time in San Bernardino. Bottom line, home prices in San Bernardino aren't taking a dip, and we've got the numbers to prove it.
While the national scene might be doing a little dance, here in San Bernardino, prices are on a steady incline. In the IE, especially San Bernardino, it's simple economics, supply and demand. As places like LA, OC, and San Diego become pricier, and even closer neighbors like Riverside, Rancho, and Ontario, more folks are turning their eyes to the more affordable areas of the IE. That means San Bernardino.
And some might say, who wants to move to San Bernardino? Let's bust that myth today, because people have been flocking to affordable areas for years, and San Bernardino is no exception. Prices and interest rates are finding their groove. Now is a good time to buy.
In San Bernardino, comparing the median listing price per square foot from end of year 2022 to 2023, we saw an increase of about 4.5%. That's in a time when people were talking about real estate heading for a crash. If you purchased your home at the median list price in January of 2022, that's at $317, it have gained over 10% in value by the end of 2023. That's in 2 years' time. Another way to look at that is if you purchase your home for $500,000 at that time, it'd be worth about or over $550,000 today.
One of the main elements of housing affordability is mortgage rates. The 2 to 3% interest rates happen during the unicorn years, which means they're not getting that low again. While no one can predict with 100% accuracy what will happen with rates, the majority of economists predict an easing of rates from 7 to 6%. And Fannie Mae expects rates to dip below 6% at some point this year. If that caused you to say, Yvette, shouldn't I wait for mortgage rates to go down? Quick answer, no. As mortgage rates go down, buyers will come back in the game, and people can see where this is going. More buyers mean demand goes up and prices will too. Buying now means you capture the appreciation, and when rates drop, you can refinance. So that famous question we get as agents is it a good time to buy? Yes, it is. If now is the time to buy, how do we do that? Your home buying adventure will be broken down into 9 steps. But first, it's important to understand, verbalize, and state your why. Why do you want to own? If you follow us on social media, you know there are several benefits to being a homeowner. For starters, to help increase your net worth and generational wealth. Tax benefits for the stability and security of owning your home, or to connect more with your community.
With that, here's a poll. Drop your answers in the comments. Why do you want to own a home? Is it A, to build wealth, to take ownership of your living situation? You're tired of throwing money out the window, you don't want to be displaced, or all of the above? What steps have you taken towards home ownership? Is it A, fixing credit, saving money for a down payment? You researched lenders and loan options, you started looking for houses, or all of the above, you're ready to buy. The first step on the journey is to build your team. Interview 3 real estate professionals and 3 lenders. Write down all your questions about the home buying process, how they work, the markets that interest you. If you don't get that warm and fuzzy feeling, keep it moving. Buying a home is a huge deal, and the agent-buyer relationship is a serious one, requiring a real commitment from both sides. If you feel it, go for it.
Step 2 on your journey is knowing your credit score. CGX has you covered on that with ScoreMaster. Rob and I use it, and it's even a good tool to have after you buy your home. Visit CarrilloGroupEXP.com/ScoreMaster to better understand your score. Research shows that down payment money and credit are the main barriers to homeownership. That is why we equip ourselves and you with the resources to combat against them. That brings us to step 3, which is to boost your savings for a down payment. Here is where we explore down payment options. We've partnered with Nextdoor Programs to offer down payment assistance for teachers and school personnel, nurses and healthcare professionals, police, firefighters, veterans, and any public servant. But if the Nextdoor program is not for you, we have other down payment resources available. There's something for everyone.
In preparation for this journey, it's important to determine how much you can afford to spend on a home, factoring in your income, expenses, and other financial obligations. This calculator will help you narrow down your search and ensure that you're looking at homes that are within your price range. If you haven't already, visit CarrilloGroupEXP.com/direct calculator to use it. Let's watch this short calculator demo video right now. Welcome everyone to our short demonstration on using the rent to mortgage conversion calculator. The purpose of this calculator is for you to get a rough estimate of how much home you can afford based on some inputs that you control and other variables outside of your control. When we talk about inputs that you control, we're referring to the information that you have direct influence over when using the calculator. This includes details such as your current rent payments and any additional funds that you can allocate towards a home purchase. These are factors that you can adjust based on your financial situation and preferences. On the other hand, variables outside of your control encompass factors that are determined by external forces or are not as easily changeable by you alone. For example, the proposed annual real estate tax and property insurance costs are influenced by market conditions, local regulations, and individual property characteristics. While you can input estimates for these values, these may vary based on factors beyond your direct control. Understanding the distinction between these two types of inputs is essential for effectively using the calculator. By providing accurate information for the inputs you control and understanding the potential variability of other factors, you can gain a greater, or rather a comprehensive estimate of your potential homeownership costs. At the end of the calculator, you'll also see just how much renting costs you versus buying. All right, let's get started. Step one, enter what you currently pay in rent. I'm just putting in $1,500 for now. Step two, enter the amount of additional money that you would put towards the house payment if you owned your home, right? And so here, I'm just going to put 500. And then you see the total here. They add up to your new monthly housing budget. Step three, we're going to leave the proposed annual real estate tax alone for now. In California, the real estate tax is determined by multiplying the purchase price by 1.12%. So we need a rough purchase price first. So we're going to come back to this step later. Step four, you're going to enter your proposed monthly property insurance. We're going to put in 100 for now, but this is a variable dependent on several factors like the size of the house. Insurance can get expensive really quickly though. Step five, you're going to enter your proposed private mortgage insurance payment. This is also a variable that's dependent on several factors, including your credit. If you're putting less than 20% down, you're going to have a PMI payment. We're going to use $225 for now as a starting point. Though again, that depends on your individual situation. Then the calculator will reveal just how much money you have available for your monthly mortgage payment, right? Several factors then are going to determine what the actual purchase price of the house can be. So in step six, you're going to enter your proposed interest rate. And again, very many factors contribute to that. Step seven, you're going to enter your loan term, which is typically 30 years. So that's what we have in there now. And then in step eight, you're going to enter your proposed down payment. And in this case, we're doing 3.5%. Right? The calculator will then reveal how much you'd have to put down, how much your max loan could be, and then what the max purchase price could be. Remember how we skipped step three? Now we do a separate calculation using your phone. You're going to take the max purchase price. In this case, that's $281,907. And you're going to multiply it by 1.12% if you're in California. And that's going to give you $3,100 or around there. And so you're going to take that answer and enter it into step three. Notice how some of the numbers change. And now you have a better estimate of the maximum purchase price of your new home. If you don't have a calculator handy, you're going to go with an estimate of 1%. In this case, if we use this number now, this 237, you remove the last two numbers, and that would give you the tax that you would then put up here. Below that, a quick analysis shows you how much you'd have spent on rent over that term. You can adjust the annual rent increase. It will also show you how much equity you could gain by owning. The calculator then reveals the net difference between renting and owning. It tells you whether you should continue renting or if you should buy. And the last bit, enter the percentage of your monthly income that you like to use towards housing. Lenders will go up to 38, even 40% of the monthly gross income. Sometimes I've seen them go even higher than that. We use 30%, but that's adjustable, again, based on your particular situation. But then that'll tell you what your minimum monthly income needs to be in order to qualify for this particular deal here. So we use 30%, but it's adjustable, and the calculator will reveal the minimum monthly income necessary to qualify for this particular estimate. This calculator is meant to serve as an initial guide. I encourage you to connect with us if you need a lender referral. We have 3 reliable lenders to choose from. Thanks for watching.
Now that you have a better understanding of your budget, it's time to move on to the next step. which is knowing your purchase budget. The only way to really get to this is by speaking with the lender who will analyze your financial situation more closely.
All right, some questions to consider. How much can you allocate for a down payment? Do you expect your current income to go up or down? Who else will contribute towards the monthly expenses? Your lender will guide you and ultimately give you your budget parameters for your home search. In today's market, you'll need a pre-approval letter from your lender in order to be competitive as other buyers. A pre-approval is different than a pre-qualification. A pre-qualification just includes a very basic financial analysis.
Here are 3 lenders we work with. You should interview at least 3 lenders, including where you currently bank. Every lender has a different program that can be catered to you. Again, for public servants, we've partnered with Nextdoor programs to provide up to $10,000 in closing costs. We have other down payment resources as well. So don't let fear, doubt, or not knowing hold you back. We have the resources to start and keep you on your home buying journey, whether it happens next month or next year. The ultimate goal is ownership, to build your generational wealth, and at CGX we have the resources to get you there. With the pre-approval in hand, you gain the green light to begin your home search. And let me tell you, this is the exciting part. The journey of discovering and securing your ideal home begins. Utilize our tech-assisted home buying resource, HomeBot. Scan the QR code. Some people find the one after a couple of visits, and others take more than a year. When it's your time, it's your time. Your first home could be the dream home, or it could be the starter home, the one that will help you get to that dream home. Wherever you are in the process, we can help you.
When we find the one, it's time to submit an offer. An offer opens the conversation, and then it's time for you and your agent to strategize and then negotiate. This is probably the most important part of your relationship. You have to trust your agent. You have to trust their expertise, and you have to trust their negotiating skills. This is also the ugly part of the home buying process because you can see your home. It feels so close, but you're probably not the only one who loves it, especially in today's market. A trusted advisor will have the tools and the resources to make you and your offer competitive. After your offer is accepted, step 7 is where the stress kicks in. This is where the appraisals get ordered, and then you have to wait around for the valuation in hopes it matches. The inspections and waiting for reports, the loan underwriting takes place, and then waiting for the final approvals. This step is all about logistics, and your team will ensure all the paperwork, the appointments, the signatures, all of that stuff is taken care of so that you can make it official at closing in step 8. Signing day to me is the most exciting time. The time from contract signing to the closing on homes will vary depending on many things, but it can go from 30 to 60 days typically.
Then you're on to step 9, move in. This should not be the end of your relationship with your agent. It should cement your relationship, and they should be able to provide continued guidance throughout your ownership. Your agent will keep tabs on your home's value, identify opportunities in which to invest your equity, and help your family and friends also get into homeownership.
Overall, the process of becoming a first-time home buyer is an exciting and rewarding experience. It only happens one time. And then being a homeowner truly is life-changing.
Thank you all so much for staying till the end. Your future you thanks you too. Wherever you are in the journey, we hope we've provided some clarity around the home buying process. If you'd like to interview us to see how we can help you on this journey, scan the QR code and/or click the link in the box.
Thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Peace.